Hey guys, Aaron from the Ballpit here, back with another episode of The Writer's Block, which is a series that pretty much exists, allows me to talk about whatever I feel like talking about. And I feel like talking about movies and kind of the film industry as a whole. So if you are a person who enjoys watching movies and film and all that, you know that mainline, like the really big movies that are pushed, the blockbusters, if you will, there hasn't been a lot of creative ebb and flow happening within the industry. Pretty much all of the big blockbuster movies that come out are movies that are sequels, reboots, or just containing like other IPs. Like we're not getting anything new, right? We're not. For the longest time, we haven't been getting anything unique. We haven't been getting anything that feels creatively charged. It feels like, in general, studios are trying to play it safe. Instead of going out there and taking risks on new ideas, new scripts, new writers, stuff like that, to hopefully make the next big creative centerpiece, it feels like they just want to play it safe and collect easy checks. However, I think recently there's been a little bit of a change, and I hope that a lot more change happens whenever the writer's strike is settled. Hopefully the writers will be able to actually pursue the creative ideas that many of them want to and aren't able to because they don't receive any studio backings or fundings, everything else. But even just with movies that have come out recently, if we start to think about it, like, what's the number one movie of the year? Barbie. Now, Barbie is an IP that already exists. It's not like Barbie was invented through this movie. It's a toy that has existed for years. However, when you watch that movie, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And it's not a sequel of anything. And it's not a reboot of anything. They took their own ideas by using a toy that is incredibly popular. It is honestly like a cultural centerpiece for a lot of Western, maybe probably just United States culture, is a Barbie doll for young girls. And so playing on that idea to create the movie that they did was really intelligent, and I thought it was pretty well done. It was a good movie. That's the number one movie that's been released. It's a really solid one. Number two movie is the movie that really makes this point, is Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was a phenomenal movie. Is the second highest releasing biopic ever. What was it? The Queen one, or the Freddie Mercury one was number one? I don't know. But for a movie that's 3 hours long and is the movie that Oppenheimer is incredibly impressive. That it made as much money as it did, has many viewers as it did, and it's strictly because of the quality of the film. Obviously, there are a lot of big names that backed it. Christopher Nolan directed it. Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Cillian Murphy was in it. Big names. So, it's, let's not beat around the bush here and act like it's a bunch of theater nobodies that are in this film. But, again, not pre-existing IP, not a sequel, not a reboot. It's a director that was given the creative freedoms to make something that they wanted. My third example I want to bring up, which probably wouldn't even expect me to bring up, is the Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. Obviously, Ninja Turtles are an IP that has existed for a very, very, very long time. I remember watching the old cartoons, and then the newer cartoons, and then the newer cartoons. I remember playing old games. It's the Ninja Turtles. But the last Ninja Turtle movies, or anything that I really remember, is the Michael Bay movies, which, don't even get me started on the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. And when I watched Mutant Mayhem, I was excited for it. I'm always excited for stuff Ninja Turtles related. Big part of my childhood. And I was not disappointed. I thought that the art style and the animation was unique and cool. I thought that the voice actors for the Ninja Turtles were good. I thought it was solid. They were actually teenagers, which was really cool. That the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually shown as being teenagers and like adults, which is what they are in pretty much all other turtle medium. April O'Neil is teenager, which is cool. And I could go on more and more specifics about what I did and didn't like about the movie, but it was a good movie. Had some names behind it, of course. A lot of celebrity voice actors, but that is not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I thought they all did great. So I had no problems with it. But like these couple movies right here, it shows me that there's still room for creative spirit in the film industry. And there's always part of me that knew, but I was starting to lose hope with the modern film industry. I was starting to think that money and playing it safe was going to dominate everything. But when you see people taking a risk on making a movie about Barbies that's not for kids, that's for adults, see them taking a risk on a 3-hour movie about a guy most Americans probably didn't know about until the movie came out or the advertising for the movie started, and taking a risk on making a movie like the Ninja Turtles that's animated, because you think that live action would probably make more money because that's kind of where we're at. But animation is coming back, so I don't know. But the risks that are being taken, and they paid off. And I hope that the rest of the film industry is able to look at those success stories and then sees the failures, like the Indiana Jones movie, like the Marvel movies that have come out recently that haven't done super well, live action Disney movies that haven't done super well because they're not taking the creative liberties that these other movies are. So I hope moving forward we start getting some riskier films being put out, because that is how you're going to create the real gems. Of course, with risk comes failure. There's going to be movies that take risks and completely bomb. It's going to happen. It always happens. But you have to have that risk to get the reward of a truly special film. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And watch another Ballpit video right after this one.